recording.
Muslim man can have up to 4 wives at once. In addition to the 4 wives, he can have an unlimited number of concubines, which refer to women who are basically have slave status. When they are owned by her master, a woman owned by her master has to freely give herself to the master. The master has the right to have sexual relations with her as though she were one of his wives.
And does consent play into this at all, or can we?
The understanding is that by virtue of the fact that she's owned, she does not have the right to consent. Or to withhold herself from her master. The master has the full right over her, and her consent does not play anything in this relationship.
So what is
a Muslim man can have
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. What a beautiful culture. Such a beautiful religion. Maybe we've judged them too harshly. You know, I mean, they've got it figured out over there. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. Obviously, I'm kidding. It's a backwards religion. It is an evil religion. And the fact that, like, again, this is what we're importing. You know, you wonder why they have grooming gang problems in the UK. And, I mean, I guarantee you we have underground grooming gangs here in the United States, too. They haven't picked up on it yet. But it's happening all around the world. And like I said, there's a religion that says, yeah, this is okay. And we're importing this, and I'm so glad that Donald Trump is actually talking about stopping this. You know, it's like where he's talking about, again, it wasn't really a Muslim ban the first time. They just put a moratorium on people who could come from certain Islamic countries that were on the terrorist watch lists, which is fine. That's great. But again, that's why we titled this video Muslim Ban 2.0, because we might as well just come out and say it. Like, I mean, this is a culture problem with a certain religion and a certain group of people.
Yes. 100%. And again, this is one of their lead imams, and he is completely American, westernized. Like, he speaks English great. Said he's having an interview with a woman, but again, they're
bringing up secular talking points, things about consent. Like, if he was in the Islamic world, they wouldn't even be having a conversation about consent. They would be like, consent, ha, what a joke. But they're talking about consent in a modern context on an interview.
Which goes to show you that they know what consent is. So they know that a slave can't consent.
Mm-hmm.
So they are having this conversation like it's normal. Like, this is a normal thing for them to do.
Yeah, in the modern day. This is not like Thomas Jefferson back in the, 1700s, This is literally modern day conversation they're having. Like, oh, no, this is fine. This is great. It's like, again, all cultures are beautiful. All cultures are equal. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what you're importing. You wonder why our culture's turning to crap. Why the UK is, again, there's a certain demographic of people that's like, there's 100% likelihood chance that your kids are going to be groomed by an Islamic cult, depending on where you live in the UK. So again, we have a boatload of stuff we're just going to show. Today is just a Islamic hate fest today. It is a open your eyes before it's too late kind of show. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go one by one and just go through these memes and stuff that we've sent. So again, you've seen all this stuff before, more than likely, if you're a consistent watcher of the show.
And this is America. Like, this isn't just happening in the UK anymore. I mean, that's part of the thing right here is like with the thumbnail that we have is Conor McGregor is all about, like, we need to deport these people.
Yeah.
Like, Ireland is for the Irish. I mean, we're talking about the IRA, the people who are like, the British are not Irish enough to be here in Ireland. We want them out.
Yeah, but for some reason, the IRA politics, the modern IRA politics is all about diversity, equity, and inclusion, because the IRA was all about Marxism to begin with. Like, they were all basically pseudo-communists. Mm-hmm. And what does pseudo-communism do? It opens its ideologies to, for whatever reason, open-door policies, which doesn't make any sense for the IRA because it was Ireland for the Irish. So anyway, we got a bunch to go through, and when we get to that, we will get to that. So we'll just kind of go through one by one and just kind of give our critiques and criticism. But, I mean, you've seen a lot of this before.
Yeah. Again, Nick Shirley right here in Dearborn, or this is in Dearborn, but the next one we'll see is just in Minnesota. But he's here, and he's interviewing people. He's like, would you fight for America? Would you fight on America's behalf if we went in the war in the Middle East or to Iraq? And, like, here's what these people have to say. These people do not belong here. If they will not stand with America, get them out.
Mm-hmm.
Islam men yelled Allah Akbar. I have a question for you guys. If America were to get in a war with a country like Iraq, who would you guys defend, America or Iraq?
We won't get a war. That's not permissible for us. But at the same time,
Who would you defend first?
We would support our brothers in Iraq. That's the only way.
So you wouldn't defend America?
We would not defend America.
But you're American.
But at the same time, listen. At the same time, America is our country because we were born here. But in our Islamic book, we're not allowed to fight with people that are against our religion. So we just take up the jail time.
So you would
That's
not.
what we do.
So you would not defend America.
I would go to jail instead of fighting for America.
And who would you defend
All
if
while
we were going
wearing
to
a
war against a
Detroit
country like
Lions shirt.
Iraq again? America?
I mean, again, we showed you this video before. I mean, this, of course, the white guys, of course I would defend America. This is my country.
And should that be a troublesome?
And again, that was the point. Is like they're not allowed. You heard what he said. It's like they're all about their faith. They're more loyal to their faith than they are to their country. And
Look, as a
again,
Christian, we're more loyal to our faith than to our country. But like I
but
said,
that's
these
a-
are people that are coming here to enjoy the American
yes,
way of life.
But that's what I was getting at. Is like so take World War II as the example right now. Is like supposedly the Germans are a Christian country. You know what I mean? I would argue that Hitler was trying to get the church out of Germany, which is why they were the way that they were and why they allowed such evils to happen, is because they were falling away from God. But they would say that's you could say if you're going to argue that those two are technically two Christian nations going at each other, it was America and the rest of Europe, Christian nations going after another Christian nation. So like you need to go after this. Is going to show you they don't fight. They will refuse to fight the filth or the backwards cultureness in their religion. Whereas you can argue that the West would, like the West stood up against
Yes.
the fascists.
The
or
West
the
stood up to
Nazis.
each other based on principle. They will not stand up to each other based on principle because it's all about religion. It's like, hey, it doesn't matter that we have a bass-ackwards evil religion that we follow because it grants us so many benefits in this life. Why wouldn't we? So again, we're importing a group of people that don't want to fight for the American way of life, but they sure do like living it.
100%. Next one I have here, Nick Shirley again. And this time he's in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Somali capital of America. And again, they're not adapting. You have to adapt to the culture that you're moving to. If you don't speak English, how are these people getting driver's license? How are these people able to work 9-to-5 jobs like the average American job?
Go for it.
Them here in the United States.
I'm not speaking English, only one Somali language.
What does it mean to you to be a part of Islam?
I don't know. I'm not speaking English very well.
How are you? Do any of you speak English? English? No. Can women speak to on camera? No. I kept going because I wanted to speak with some more of the elders here to see if they could share their story about coming here from Somalia and how they've seen the rise firsthand. However, none of them spoke English. How are you? Can I ask any of you guys some questions? No. Speak English?
English no.
No. Do any of you speak English? After a few interviews, somebody came up to us angry because we were asking people about the rise of Islam inside this community. My name is Dick Shirley.
What are you doing?
My name is Dick Shirley. I'm a YouTuber. We're doing a video on the rise of Islam here in the United States.
The rise of Islam.
Yeah, it's the #1 converting religion.
The rise of Islam. Make it make sense for me.
Yeah, it's the #1 it's the #1 converting religion in the United States. So we're doing a top
Oh, the
subject on it.
#1 converting religion in the United States.
It's like the #1
Okay.
growing religion. So
Wait, isn't it after Christ?
what?
Isn't it after Christ?
This guy wouldn't show his face on camera, and this conversation kept going for a few minutes, and he demanded that we deleted the footage of the interviews that we took here on the street. I said no, and he said, you better go, and we're gonna make sure you leave. I've never been in a situation like that while I've been filming, where somebody comes out of nowhere and wants to take the footage. I was watching a video prior to this video, and there is a Somali gang war going on here inside of these apartment complexes, apparently. I think we just went upon a gang, and I didn't know that they were a gang. And right now, he said, you better leave, and we're gonna make sure you get out of here. So right now, there is somebody following from behind, making sure that we get out of this place. Not the most friendly welcome here into this part of Minnesota. What's it like being a Muslim?
Crazy. And again, we're importing this. We're importing them. We're importing so many that they're forming gangs to basically kick Americans out of the neighborhood. You would think people who just got here would be thrilled to be interviewed by somebody coming in to learn about their culture and their community. They're not. They don't care. We don't want to integrate. We don't want to associate with you white people.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's not even white people. We don't want to associate with you Americans. We're Somalis. Again, my wife is a first-generation immigrant. She just came here, learned the language, started a business, and integrated into American society. Does she still speak Vietnamese? Yes. Does she still like her culture? Yes. But she is American now. She integrated into the society. These people are not even trying to.
Yep.
I mean, I guess the only thing...
If the only thing you can assume is that they must be from all the cousin marriage and their IQs are too low to do and learn anything new. I mean, that's the only thing that we can reasonably assess from this is like we're importing people so low IQ that they can't even learn another language.
Yep.
Which just being, I mean, we know from just being around from Hispanic kids that were moved here that went to school, like their parents are first generation, and then the kids that you went to school with are second generation, can learn English. Like just being around a language long enough, you should be able to learn another language. But that's the thing. They get into their little communities here. They only stay in their own communities, and they're not being around English-speaking people. They're only being around Somali-speaking people.
Yep.
It's so stupid. It is so stupid.
And if you can't learn the customs and cultures of America, you're going to turn to criminality and stick to your own communities and then police each other or not police each other and defend each other because the only thing you know how to do is use skills to scam and manipulate people.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's just a constant cycle of learned helplessness, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, I guess, again, they'll think it's savvy. It's like, we're learning how to cheat the system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 100%. I mean, they've done studies on this. They go, if you want to see how societies truly operate, watch how they look at how prison populations operate.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go look at it, it's the sad and unfortunate reality is what happens. They break up by race.
Yes.
Every time.
Yep.
And then they all fight for territory and resources.
Yep.
Prison populations are like the ultimate study of how, if you want to know how a broken down society is going to operate, watch how prisons operate.
I mean, they knew this as far back as the 90s when they did this initial study. Remember the study where they go, what are the only two things that increases whenever you diversify a local population?
Let me see. It was protest marches and television watching, wasn't
Yes.
it?
The only two noticeable increases, and this was a study done back in the 90s, was an increase in some form of protest or pride marching for whatever the culture is and TV watching. The only two increases that were noticeable from diversity being imported into an area.
Correct. And this is the issue. Is like, this is why diversity is not our strength. Unity is our strength.
Mm-hmm.
If we are not united as a people, it's going to stand to reason that you're divided and that you're going to fall.
And yeah, again, limp-wristed Christians have taught that we are a doormat society now. Niceness is the only virtue and value to have. Remember, nice is never even listed one time in the Bible. Good is. And sometimes what is good isn't necessarily what is good for you. Like, good means you could be doing good, but it might be hard, and it might be tough, and it might be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Again, it's like, is it good to eat? I mean, it tastes good to eat ice cream for breakfast, but is it good for you? No. So again, we'll just keep going. We got a whole bunch of stuff to go through, so just keep blasting.
Oh, you're ready to brawl with
I had
anybody.
my gun. I was gonna blast if I didn't see the cops. I swear to God. That's it. Hey, I don't care. To me, I don't care in my life. I don't give a let somebody blast me. I don't give a
Just because of the burning of the Quran, the attempted
I'll
burning.
that motherfucker's life up and his family. That's it. It's on camera. I will that motherfucker's life up. Let him come to me face on face. Face to face, I'll kill him. I'm my mother's soul. So that's it.
You're killing.
Wow.
Kill him. Murder.
He swore on his mother's soul that he would have killed somebody for burning a Quran. This is who you're importing. If someone burns the Bible or the American flag, that is okay.
That is freedom of speech.
Yeah, their culture, you come in and burn their Quran, which is not any way related to the American culture. The Quran has nothing to do with American society or American culture. They're going to kill you. Mm-hmm. So despite the fact that this isn't their country, the Quran was never mentioned in what?
Yeah, nothing.
Oh,
like
I
that.
got you. I got you. I see what you're pointing at. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the culture. Like I said, it was not influenced in the making of the Constitution. Nothing. And this guy here, I'll cap somebody for burning a Quran.
Again, it's fascism anytime Christians try to enforce or impose anything, and whenever anybody else does it, it's it's the Christians' fault for being intolerant of that particular thing. Again, how are we we are told that we are supposed to intolerate the intolerable. Again, this is what I call doormat Christianity. We are just here we exist to be walked on. And again, I know that vengeance is the Lord's, but guys, I mean, what was that video I showed it with? It was about Berserk. It was when tolerance tolerates evil, it's a crime.
Mm-hmm.
You are complicit in that crime. We have to stop tolerating evil. This is why I like it when I see people coming out against trans people. When I see people standing up to the LGBTQ community.
But I've mentioned this before too. Is like this mentions this in the Bible is when I said this is the Old Testament, but when the Israelites or the Hebrews, whatever, would start intermingling with another population and start to walk away from God or start to like move away from God because they're importing other cultures and they're adapting to them versus having the cultures that are coming in that they're intermingling with, marrying, whatever, adapting to their religion. It's like that's the issue. Is like, oh, you're falling away from God. You're moving away from me. And what happens to the Israelites every time that they move away from God? God punishes them in some way.
Wrath and ruin follows. Yep.
It's because they're not putting God at the forefront. This is why you have to put God at the forefront of everything you do. But we'll finish this one up and move on to the next meme.
You just saw them come out. The guy, one guy even said he'd be down to murder. He would murder another man.
We all got arrest him. Do your job.
Seems like the police have sided with the people, the Muslims here in the town.
Yeah, no they have.
And are you from Dearborn?
Dearborn Heights, we've seen it happening, and it's just it's a maximum encroachment every week to week. We're sick of it.
You're pulling over. You're hot.
Which this is what we're talking about. Like I said, this is what the grooming gang thinks. Is like the problem is that the Islamic people that are parts of these grooming gangs, the community is defending these people because they obviously know about it to some degree.
Yeah.
They may not be participating, but they know about it. Again, it's the
And
same.
they're not going to sell out somebody in their own community. They're not going to sell someone out. They're not going to stand up for a non-Muslim kafir, an infidel who lives in their neighborhood. They've moved in. It's their neighborhood now. Like that guy that lives in Dearborn, the guy that you just saw. He will be the victim of violent crime now. Yeah. And no Muslim will come forward and testify on his behalf in court because they're not going to sell out their own community. But this is just how it works.
Yeah, but it's the same thing I would argue, like it's the same problem that we have in the black community with gang culture.
Yes,
like,
it is.
Don't be a snitch.
It's tribalism.
Yeah.
It's tribalism.
Yeah, don't be a snitch. See what happened? Do you know what happens to people that they see as snitches inside of a gang community? Like
you're the first to go.
Yeah, you're dead. You're dead. So like I said, they would show you if you can't tell the truth without someone coming to threaten you, you're in a bad culture. You have a bad culture.
Yeah. Again, Jesus said, "I'm the way, the truth, and the light." You got to tell the truth regardless of how it affects you. Because the truth is what matters. Now, there's a tactful way to go about delivering the truth, you know, depending on your audience. But if you can't tell the truth, then you just said it perfectly. You're in a bad culture.
Yeah, your culture is bad if you're not allowed to tell the truth.
Yeah.
If you get threatened or killed or get beaten up for telling the truth, bad culture. You have a bad culture. And that's just the sad reality. Mm-hmm. So, which brings me to the next one. Again, you want to see, let's see if this can't be everybody. He's like, no, it's the women too. Women that are moving to America want nothing to do with America, despite the fact America is the greatest country on earth.
Is anybody here either an immigrant or a child of immigrants?
So my parents are immigrants.
Where are they from?
We're Palestinian.
And it was you?
Mexico.
Mexico? If the United States went to war with Mexico, which country do you side with, starting with you?
Mexico.
Isn't it crazy that America allows people to be citizens of the country, but if it came to a war, they would quicker side with a country they're not citizens of? That's crazy.
I pick Mexico and Palestine every time.
Again, this is indicative of the modern culture we live in. How sad is that? These girls live here. They benefit from our society, from our culture, and
They
like,
went to college here.
yeah. It's like what you would side with Mexico. Again, this goes to show you how bad our college education system is. Like, they should be like, I'm so happy that I got to come to America and go to American colleges. But what is American college doing? They're teaching these girls to hate this country, hate this society, and be like, your society's so much better. If their society is so much better, why did they come here? Why are they coming to be educated in our country? If Mexico and Palestine are better. Again, we are inviting people that hate us to live here and allowing them to do so. Those girls should be deported. It's like, oh, you don't like it here? Bye. It's that Theo Von meme. Heard you got deported. Well, bye.
Bye. Yeah. Now, which brings me to this next one that we showed the other day. This is Cam Higbee at the University of Oklahoma, and he's debating again. This is the Vietnam problem. Is like when American citizens are defending the enemy nation, we've got issues. And again, we're not even at war with Palestine and Gaza, but they're still siding with these people.
Yeah.
The people who committed the terrorist attack are the ones that they're defending. And it doesn't matter. Like, here, I'll show you this, and then we'll only watch just a little bit of this. We talk about how the kids are completely indoctrinated. We will show you that 3 to 6 year old children are completely indoctrinated into the Islamic culture. So check this out.
In Gaza, maybe they should have a place to go. Maybe they should.
Not here, that's for sure.
Why? Why? Why don't you want them here?
Because they're brainwashed.
The
Islamic
kids,
terrorists.
the 3-year-old kids.
Yes, I have been to Gaza. Have you
Oh
ever
my
been to
God!
Gaza?
Have you met a 3-year-old kid from Gaza?
Yes, and I've seen the books they read. The books they read.
They can't even fucking read at 3 years old.
That's why they're picture books. And you know what the pictures are? I'll show you. They're pictures of people
Show me.
strangling Jewish people.
But they're 3
Yeah,
years old.
I'll show
They
you.
can change their mind. They're
They
3
can
years
change.
No,
old.
no. The ages 1 to 5 are the most crucial ages in your development.
Okay, well you have 2 more years where you.
They're not coming here. Brainwash them the right way.
Okay, so this is talking about how they've been brainwashed again, and this is what they talk about. We're talking about, like even this is what happened in Nazi Germany back in World War II. Was like kids would turn their parents in for not being good Nazi party members.
Yeah.
Because you indoctrinate the kids. If the kids are thoroughly indoctrinated, you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, it's like that kid whose dad was a Trump supporter that went to the January 6th rally. He said that his dad was part of the riots, sold his dad out. Then the left was so proud of the kid that he started a GoFundMe and they gave him $1 million.
Yeah.
Sold out his dad, he earned $1 million. Why wouldn't you sell out your parents if that's the case?
Yeah.
There's a cash incentive on selling out your family members.
So here is kindergarten class in Palestine, funded by your tax dollars, Muslim kids in Islamic schools. Check this out.
Imagine if you saw this here in any school, public school here in Oklahoma.
Look, about to execute somebody, execute a prisoner. This is what they do. These are the plays they put on. These kids are not savable.
Yeah, they are brainwashed. I mean, to say not savable, they could be saved. But it's going to take Christ, and a lot of deprogramming. You know what I mean? And the problem is people here in the West go, oh, we'll just bring them over here. We'll let them watch Miss Rachel. Let them watch Sesame Street. That'll deprogram them. It's like, no, it won't. It'll just teach them anti-white propaganda. They'll be like, okay, well, I like Elmo, but Elmo says that white people are not to be trusted,
Yeah, 100%. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at in a society right now. Now, we'll get back to this one right here. And again, this goes to show you, this is why those grooming gangs are such a problem. It's like, this is mainstream
Islam.
in their culture. Iraq passes law lowering the legal age of marriage for girls from 18 to 9.
Yeah, just think about it. When America was over there and we were enforcing the laws and doing stuff, it's like, hey, by the way, only 18-year-old women can get married, minimum. They're like, oh, okay. Now that America's out, like, hey, we're leaving Iraq now. They're like, oh, cool. Those pesky Americans are gone. We can go back to the way it should be. Mm-hmm. Marriage for 9-year-olds. Because, I mean, they have childbirthing hips at 9. There are some very attractive 9-year-olds out there, and Maybe they start menstruating soon, which means they're ready to be bred. Guys, this is a backwards culture that we are importing. You wonder why there are Islamic grooming gangs in the UK? And again, it's only a matter of time before we catch some here. I guarantee you it's happening right now. But it's just underground still. So it'll eventually happen. We'll find an Islamic grooming gang here in the U.S. very soon.
All right, hang on. I'm trying to find the one of the child bride issue that we have. I think this might be it right here. Nope, this is not it. Man, where did it go?
Oh yeah, that's a good one though.
I know. You've got a bunch of good ones. That's what I said. I knew we had a bunch. Okay, let me see here. What's this one? Is this it? No. Where did it go? There it is. Here it is. Okay. A live interview of Amala, a 12-year-old girl who was forced into marriage, explains why she needs help getting a divorce. And then I'll try to read a lot of it because, again, it's in whatever language they're speaking, so I'll read as much as I can and pause it as is, but I'll go ahead and play it for you. It says, tell me, Jamal, tell me, what is the situation of Amala today? She's not well. Why? From things that are happening to her. In your opinion, a 12-year-old was ready to be married. Yes, she's ready. Look at her. So in your opinion, a 12-year-old child is ready for marriage. She's a perfect housewife. What do you mean? She's good at everything. He tore my clothes off. I didn't want him to touch me. He tied me up and did what he wanted. He took the red, meaning the mark of virginity, away from a 12-year-old child, and he celebrated it with his family. And I was crying inside. He wanted someone to obey him, his family and his sister-in-law. And if she opens her mouth with a word, he beats her up. After time passed, did he still treat you brutally? Yes. Every time he took what he wanted, and he means, relations by force. She said yes. Did you get pregnant? I got pregnant once before, and I am pregnant again. I got pregnant twice. Oh, a 12-year-old child and 2 times pregnant. The first test was positive. Yes. Did you give birth? No.
Miscarriage.
No. This is even worse.
Oh.
Did you know why not? He goes, the doctor said I was still too young. Why did the husband insist on you getting pregnant again for the first time if the doctor warned you from getting pregnant at such a young age? He likes to sleep with me every day. I want to be divorced. And then restarted.
I will say, I tip my hat to this show, this guy. If this is happening in the Islamic world and they are shining a light on this, thank you for that. I mean, that's awesome. But again, this is a cultural problem within Islam. And again, the Islamic people have to solve this. The problem is there's so much incentive for men to not solve this problem.
Yeah. Well, and again, the more they go back to their Quran, the more this allows them to do this. The more fundamentalist they get, the more they revert back to the Quran, and then they justify these things. Yeah. That's why you see when they the Quran allows us to do this. The Quran allows us to do this.
Yeah.
Said the more secular that these nations get, the less they look at the Quran. Like I said, so you could argue that if there's any nations that need to be secularized, it's Muslim or Islamic countries.
But the problem is the craziest and most radical ones are the ones that are coming over here. The ones that these countries are attempting to secularize, and the ones that don't want to secularize are coming to the West. And that's how you get the problems like you've got in the UK right now.
Mm-hmm. Which brings me to this next one that I have pulled up here. Her life was taken because of Sharia law. Check this out.
8/28, 2024, this young lady right here who goes by the name of Rayan was found dead in a ditch, duct taped, with unspeakable things done to her. And turns out that after the investigation, they found out that it was not some sort of weird creep, random stranger, sadistic individual who she just unfortunately came across, but instead it was her own father and brother. Gets worse. Turns out that the reason why her father and her brother did this to her is because she was no longer willing to wear the hijab. Of course, there was also the posting on social media and talking to boys. So I guess that made it okay. Yeah. Turns out that when questioned about taking this young woman's life, they claimed that this was seen as a quote-unquote honor killing because she was a disgrace to the family. Now, I don't know about y'all, but as far as I'm concerned, any ideology that pushes this sort of demonic activity is exactly that.
Yep.
And anybody who's got an excuse for it is exactly that. Demonic.
Yep.
So on May 28, 2024, this young lady right here who goes by the name...
Okay, we'll just keep this. We got the gist of it, but...
Yeah, and we've showed you stories about this stuff that happening before. This is not uncommon in Islamic countries. They will honor kill the daughters for wanting to have their own life. And all for what? Because she's a pretty young girl who wants to be able to style her hair and not wear it underneath a headscarf.
Yeah. And again, that's seen as them leaving the faith. And what are you allowed to do to people who leave the faith or apostates in Islam? You kill them.
Yes.
You kill them.
This is what we're importing, guys. This is the culture we're importing.
Here's the next one here that I have. Similar story, but this one's from Africa. This is in Nigeria.
So this right here is a young lady by the name of Deborah Samuel. She was a Nigerian student, went to a university in the northern region of Nigeria, where she was a minority as a non-Muslim. Now, she happened to say something, I believe, in a text thread that was viewed as quote-unquote blasphemous to the Prophet Muhammad. And as a result of that, she was not only pulled out of her residency, but she was stoned in public. She was set on fire. And then they put her up in a tree.
I think he means lynched.
Yeah. Now, the reason you've likely never heard this story is because of who is behind it and who is covering for it. You see, while the Nigerian government is pretending that this never happened or never happened in the way that it was reported, which is what actually happened. As a matter of fact, there was a celebration of this happening. Take a look at this. These were the sorts of messages you would see following the execution of Deborah, right there. To avoid
it, if you can't see, yeah, oh, he's going to read
Deborah fate, mind your business and keep Islam and its activities out of your mouth. Now, if she was seen as the problem by these individuals, then I would say there is likely an issue with this sort of ideology, would you not? So this right here is a young lady by the name...
Restarted.
I mean, all cultures are equal. Remember that, folks.
But this just to show you, is like I'm pointing out here, is like this happens in any country
where there are Muslims.
Where there's Muslims. Like I said, Nigeria is a 50-50 country, and this happened to a non-Muslim. Like if you are in a country where it's 50-50 of anything, let's say 50-50 atheist, 50-50 Islamic, 50-50 whatever, and then the Muslims have the right to stone you to death for not being a part of their faith and saying something that offended them, you have a backwards religion. Nowhere would a Christian justify the opposite of that happening. They'd be like, the Christians would be like, that is not a Christian.
Again, when you leave the Christian faith, Christians mourn you for leaving. And then when you come back to the Christian faith, they celebrate your return. The prodigal son. So yeah, let's just keep blasting through this. We've got a lot more to go through, and we just don't have a whole lot of time left.
Yeah, I know. Let's see here. Let's do this one. You sent me this one.
Yeah.
Stunning bride. Her husband making Islam great.
Look at all these women clapping and celebrating. That girl is so little. See, and this guy, he's not even a bad-looking dude, and he could have any Muslim girl he wanted, but he chooses to marry like a 6 or 9-year-old. Like, what are you doing, man? That's the culture we're importing, guys.
Crying bride calls for mommy as she's, I assume, taken away by force.
That all cultures are equal, when nothing could be further from the truth. This poor girl deserves a life. She deserves her voice. She loses all of that when she is forced into marriage. This is vile and repulsive and needs to be called out for what it is. What is the difference between this and human trafficking? This is a child.
So, again, this is what we talk about. It's like what we talk about, like, why is the Christian God better than any other God? It's because God asked you to willingly love and worship him. Said, if you are forced in, I said, that's why the Islamic God is not good. He goes, the Islamic God requires you
to love him.
Like I said, which means that's forced love. That's exactly what we talk about with these types of marriages, these arranged or forced marriages. It's like, does your wife really love you if she was forced into marrying you at the age of like 9, 10,
Again,
whatever age?
It is basically it turns into Stockholm syndrome at some point. Don't worry, you'll just be with him so long you won't know anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, if love is not given freely, it's not love. I could not imagine my wife crying like that on our wedding day. It's like, I don't want to marry you. I don't even know anything about you. My wife chose to marry me. My wife chooses to continue to love me. I could not imagine that. But again, this is the culture. This is the culture we're importing.
Yep. No, this one you sent me too. I'm not sure. I don't think I've even watched this one.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yet. Okay, well, checking it out right now.
ये पाकिस्तानी लड़का बड़ा होकर इंडिया के लड़की के साथ शादी करेगा
You
या
marry an
फिर
Indian
तुर्की के लड़की के
Pakistani
साथ शादी
girl.
करेगा?
मैं तो भाई
I will marry my cousin.
उसके साथ शादी करनी
Oh, yeah, that's what they do. I will marry my cousin, and like to talk about that like it's normal, and then the only thing that the left and other people is, well, Americans have married their cousins, yeah, and it was frowned upon.
Still
it was
is
seen as a taboo even back in the day. It's like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why it's made fun of in our culture.
Yeah.
Like, no one would go on camera and be like, I'm marrying my cousin. Woohoo! That would be a joke. That's the joke that you see in a movie. That's the joke that the Hollywood has for the Midwest. It's like, oh, well, look at all you country bumpkins who just from Oklahoma. You're going to go marry and bum F your cousin. You know, it's like, if you come here, it's like, you know that's as far from the truth as it can be.
Yeah. Yep. So, you sent me this Dr. Phil thing? Yeah. Is this related to what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know, so I will refresh it and we'll get it started.
Citizen in 2000 at 17. Again, so happy for her. Thank God she escaped that terrible life. And she was elected to Congress, one of the first Muslim women in the House. The American dream. She has every reason to be thankful. Is she? Not even almost. Instead, she spends her time bashing the very country that saved her and her family. Here's more of what I consider garbage.
See, I mean, I grew up in a dictatorship. And I don't even remember ever witnessing anything like that. To have a democracy, a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the worst countries.
How about just thank you? Thank you for giving me a soft place to land. Thank you for giving me a track to run on. Thank you for giving me somewhere to be and thrive and grow. And, here's the thing. She has the right to say what she's saying. Culturally, psychologically, I think it's disgusting. But does she have the right to say it? Yeah, she does. Just like I have the right to say it's absolutely disgusting. And whoever voted for her now knows who they voted for and should kick her ass to the curb. Most shocking, instead of gratitude for America, she has the unmitigated gall to just spew nothing but unwavering disdain. And this isn't new. In 2019, she said,
This is not going to be the country of white people.
in 2020, she said, we must dismantle the whole system of oppression. So oppressive that she came here as a refugee, got all of these entitlements, and was elected to Congress. In June 2021, she compared the U.S. and Israel to Hamas and the Taliban, saying, we have seen unthinkable atrocities committed by the U.S., Hamas, Israel, Afghanistan, and the Taliban. Really, she puts the U.S. on that list. That's crazy talk. She said lawmakers support Israel because it's all about the Benjamins, baby. When talking about 9/11, she said,
CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something.
really? Some people did something. Way to stand up for your country. She accused U.S. foreign policy of being rooted in colonialism and oppression. If this is such a horrible country, wonder why she doesn't return to Somalia. Well, maybe because Somalia isn't the most corrupt country and citizen in
Yeah, as I say, Somalia. She couldn't even run for office in Somalia.
She couldn't even speak publicly in Somalia.
And she's so ungrateful and has the balls to be like, America bad. America bad.
Yep.
So stupid. So stupid. This is the problem with the left.
Yeah, we gave her refuge, and she's ungrateful and still ungrateful to this day. I mean, remember, she says she's a Somali first and American second. That tells you all you need to know.
Mm-hmm. Then I think this is you sending me stuff about people being and Muslims being angry about Christmas
Muslim
stuff.
being a bunch of Grinches during the holiday season.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So again, so they're not tolerant. I said they won't tolerate your Christmas, but they expect you to adhere to. You respect Ramadan.
Yeah.
You respect all of our
Cultures and
cultural
customs.
stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Muslim women are the most arrogant and the most ignorant, too. It's so sad. But, I mean, again, they're not allowed to be educated, so all they know is what little of the Quran they're allowed to learn.
Mm-hmm. And this is horrifying. UK kids are forced to pray Islamic at Hawthorne Primary. Real. Islamization is utter submission. So, yeah, you got kids said we don't even like people doing
to say
a
the
moment
Pledge of
silence
Allegiance.
and the Pledge of Allegiance.
No
here.
moment of silence, no Pledge of Allegiance. Could you imagine if they were like, hey, everybody, you're going to say a silent prayer in your head? No. In Islam, it's like, no, you're going to learn how to do Muslim stuff. You're going to learn how to do the call to prayer. You're going to get on a prayer mat and you're going to pray.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this fun and culturally enriching, kids? I don't see atheists complaining about this.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because they grew up in the culture of Christianity. So they see Christianity as this oppressive thing. And they see, oh, this is just fun and culturally enriching because we're learning about other cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, white people in America, we have no culture.
Yep. Said, let's check this out. It said, I think this is a decapitation. They had decapitated a baby Jesus on a...
Yep.
The head of the baby Jesus was decapitated at a nativity scene, then stolen overnight after a pro-Palestine...
I thought they respected Jesus.
Yes, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've seen goes, we're Muslims, we respect and honorate and exonerate Jesus better than Christians do. It's like, how is that possible? We worship Jesus as God, as the Trinity, as the Messiah, the living God that came down to earth and lived a perfect life and died for our sins. Like, that's who we worship. How can you... again, Muslims are like, we respect Jesus. They clearly don't. They decapitated Jesus. I mean, obviously, it's just a nativity scene, but they decapitated an image of baby Jesus.
Yeah. So they very respectful and tolerant of
they
other
very
people's religions and cultures.
They very respectfully decapitated baby Jesus because they love Jesus more than we do. They venerate and exonerate Christ better than we do.
Christmas markets and chanted Hamas slogans in the street. The mayor of Brussels confirmed.
Said, God forbid the Christians have a holiday celebrated on their watch.
Yeah, we get two.
The head of the
Christmas and
figurine
Easter.
Jesus was stolen after being decapitated by an unknown culprit who took off with the head but left the body in place Friday night. The mayor's spokesman said they would replace the baby Jesus' head. The opening of the
that's
Christmas
good.
markets and switch on of the lights at the main square was gate-crashed by a mob of pro-Palestine protesters. In this video, they can be seen chanting pro-Hamas slogans and letting
We're
off smoke bombs.
This is a religion
as
of
families
terrorism,
try to
folks.
enjoy the
I mean,
Christmas
that's all you can say.
festivities.
It's like
The
any other
Brussels
religion
nativity scene has
cannot
been
have a holiday,
targeted for
can't
similar
celebrate or
acts
do
of
anything. It's
vandalism
like,
over
nope,
the
we have to butt in and do this.
years. In 2017, the entire baby Jesus doll was stolen, never to be recovered. In 2014, protesters removed the Christ child's head.
And I thought these were the countries that had, like, European countries are the ones that had cameras everywhere. How do they not catch these people? This is what never makes any sense to me. It's like, oh, we have the CCTV stuff all over the place. Like, how do you not catch these people?
It's the same reason why they don't prosecute crimes in the UK. It's like there's a certain demographic of people that they don't want to make look any worse than they already look, so they have to not report on that crime.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we can't let the innocent minorities look like they're actually bad people.
Yeah.
2015.
They didn't know that burning and cutting off the head of a nativity
This
scene
year's
Jesus
nativity
is that big.
believed
In
to have cost
the grand scheme of
Brussels
things, is it that big of a deal? But the point is the culture that Christianity produced. Like, I mean, like it's like us going to the Christmas tree farm. People in Germany have been going to these little Christmas celebrations for years, even if they're not Christians. Like, going to the Christmas market and being a part and entrenched in that culture is something that generations want to share with each other. They want to feel safe. They want to go out and be like, oh, we're going to go to the Christmas market and buy our Christmas wreath, or we're going to go get some hot chocolate and look at all the lights and all the festive ornaments and decorations. Muslims can't allow that. They have to go, oh, we're going to go down there, we're going to just terrorize them.
Yeah.
Because it is our right, because you are infidels.
Yeah. And remember, this is what they're talking about right now, even though we're missing, I'm just playing, is like, this is where that truck attack happened in Brussels.
Yeah.
Like, the Islamic protester ran a truck into the
truck,
Christmas celebration.
yes, the truck of peace that ran over and injured like 323 people. It's just the truck of peace.
Yep, injured. Yeah, he's right there. It even says it, 323 people. Good Lord.
Again, guys, this is the culture that, again, Germany's imported, that all the West except for Poland has imported.
And Poland is the only one that doesn't have any issues with their Christmas celebrations. It's like when every religion attacks Christianity, you know there's something about it.
Yep.
Okay, what's this? You sent me this one too. Oh,
Bro.
8-year-old girl was sold, married, and assaulted while his mother held. Well, I shouldn't say her mother held her down.
Why his mother, this mother-in-law.
Oh God!
So the son who got married to this little 9-year-old, the older guy, the 30-year-old Mohammed who married her, had his mom in the room holding the little girl down so he could have his way with her.
My goodness!
So she wouldn't try to crawl away and
when
struggle.
her father arranged for her to get married. She was one of 16 children. She loved school and playing games with her brothers and sisters. The man she married was 3 times her age. There's something very different about weddings in Yemen. At celebrations like this, the groom is front and center, but you don't see any women, not even the bride. And when the bride is a child, she's locked away, sometimes not sure what the celebrations are all about.
I was crying when they go home, so you're married, you can't go home. That's why, because you're married now, you can't go back. He sexually assaulted me on my wedding night, forced me. I was with his mother-in-law and sister. Mother was holding me. No one came to help
child when her father arranged for her to get
Boom.
married.
Such a beautiful culture. Again, all cultures are equal. This is the same intolerance and evil that Christians do. I mean, you guys, you see this? Are you picking up on it yet?
Yeah.
We are not the same.
Yeah.
At all.
They are not a peaceful religion. Like, it is all, I mean, women, if you want to see your rights disappear, keep importing Islamic.
Muslims, yeah.
Keep importing Muslims. You're going to see your rights disappear like
I
that
mean,
overnight.
literally, it's like Christians when looking at Muslims. It's that Drake song. They not like us. They not like us.
Mm-hmm.
Islam, wife bashing is prohibited. It is daraba means beat her lightly. That means first you tell her she's wrong. You admonish her. Don't share the bed with her. Ultimatum. Last warning. Beat her lightly. One shot on the face. Hit so hard so that the mark remains. She'll remember you for the next 1 week or 2 weeks. Beating lightly is not a punishment, it is a warning. In Islam, wife bashing is prohibited. It is daraba means beat.
What's the difference?
Said it's wife bashing is prohibited, but you can
Light
still hit her.
beatings
Yeah.
are not. Again, what's the difference between wife bashing and light beatings? Apparently, I guess a light mark or a light bruise on the face isn't beating. So, I mean, whatever, you know. Again, liberal white ladies keep importing this crap. I can't wait till I'm allowed to beat you in public.
Let's see here. You sent me this one. I'm not even sure what this one even is. Let's check it out. Oops. Volume and play.
Immigration is good, but it's a problem when they don't speak English. Fortunately, we have a solution.
Allow immigrants to learn English at elementary schools.
I'm not against it, but I thought they were already doing that.
They're not in here. So this will help them learn the basics so they can integrate flawlessly in America.
So they would be in school with the elementary students
Yeah,
at the same
yeah.
time.
So
I just say no.
I wouldn't feel safe with my kids with adults.
Well, we have teachers in the classroom and security and officers.
Would you install like TSA metal detectors for individuals like that come into the classroom?
Why do you say that?
I'm just saying, I don't know.
Individuals like him or the kid right here?
That guy makes me nervous. That guy looks like he wants to blow the classroom up. I wouldn't be safe.
I don't think you would have. I don't think you would do that.
He's here to learn English.
How do you know?
He's just trying to learn English.
How do you know?
Immigration is good, but it's a problem when they don't speak English.
Again,
The fact that some of those people are comfortable with that
Yeah.
blows my mind.
Again, who was it? The liberal white lady. I don't think I'm against it. I just don't know if I'm 100% for it either.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, of course you don't know.
Now, I think this was sent to us by Pam. I'm not sure what this is. I forgot to check this out before we started.
Released its report on the nationwide blackout that hit Spain in April. And while the report treads carefully politically, its data make the cause clear. Wind and solar triggered the collapse.
Yep.
Within the first 80
Yep,
seconds, Spain
This
lost
is what we talk about is like
they're not sustainable.
They're not sustainable. Wind and solar are not sustainable. Like, they do not hold their charge. Like, if it's not windy, you're not getting the power from there. If the sun's not up, you're not getting solar. And again, everything that is battery powered, guess what? If it's below freezing outside,
not holding the charge.
Not holding the charge. Ever. This is why, again, well, you said yesterday, diesel and gasoline and petroleum is
Will
not
never go
going
away.
away.
It can't.
Mm-mm. We might do a
2.5
deep dive
gigawatts
into
of
this
generation,
later.
around 10% of its national supply, with every megawatt of that early loss coming from renewables. Gas and hydro remained stable until the cascade was already underway.
Who would have guessed?
The report's own charts show the sequence. As voltage at the Carmona substation plunged, trips snowballed, entirely from wind and solar. The report calls it an unprecedented speed of blackout. This was a textbook
what happens
inverter
when you
chain
go green.
failure. Renewables dropping so fast that the grid stabilizers never had time to react. By midday, Spain's grid had virtually no inertia, nothing spinning fast.
I love it.
Get wrecked, Spain.
Yeah, get wrecked, Spain. This is what happens. Anyway, let's get back to this stuff. Let's do this one. This one is sickening on all accounts.
And then tell me all cultures are equal. Imagine a culture where this is not only happening, but this is accepted. And then tell me all cultures are equal.
They had that little girl wrapped in chains.
Mm-hmm. Parading her in the street. Probably getting ready to go marry her off to somebody.
Yep.
This is in Bangladesh. Said Islamist, woman beaten by Islamists for wearing a Western dress in Bangladesh. And this is where a lot of those accounts were for all the X accounts that were Elon turned on that were all like super pro, like, you know, left or right wing or whatever, causing all the fighting.
Got her locked in a cage, and they're beating her and throwing stuff at her. Got her mouth covered up so she can't scream.
Sickening stuff. Remember, all cultures are equal, ladies.
Yeah. Can't wait till this comes to America. This will be fun.
Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah, you sent this. This is pretty funny. Muslims, when you ask how old their wives are. God in heaven.
It's true.
Here by yourself. Where is your husband?
I have no choice.
It's not permitted to be out here without your husband
Sweet
or your brother.
2050.
I know.
Do you understand?
I am bringing a letter protesting my husband's arrest.
Just go home.
No.
What do you mean, no?
This is Nurullah Ali, my husband. He was arrested last night, but don't you
Photographs are forbidden.
I have no one at all.
What are you doing showing me a photograph? Out here by yourself?
No one in
Go
my
home. But insult to your husband, your insult to your race.
Out what happened to him. I came to us.
Here by yourself. Where is your
Yeah, I mean, that's a great little cartoon that will show you what you're at, what's to come. That's what's coming. Whenever you import this many Islamic immigrants into our society.
Yep. Then there's this. I don't even know what the heck's going on in this. Some strange practicing thing.
Well, Islam is empowering the women. I mean, this is female empowerment right here.
They're throwing water on them and beating them with a stick. What a strange people.
Guys, again, all cultures are equal right here, ladies.
This is like what we talk about. It's like they heard what baptism was, and then like, we'll do something like that.
Except we'll flog the women with a stick.
Golly, what a strange culture. Anyway, we'll read this first. But breaking, Trump just went nuclear and said no more Somalians or third world garbage in America. Their current countries are hellholes. Rip off billions in welfare, contribute nothing but bitching and hate us. Ilhan Omar is straight garbage. Send them all back. Fixing your shitholes. I love it, dude. I love it. That's a president like remark I can get behind.
And this is why we made our title and caption basically the Muslim ban 2.0, which is what they initially called his Islamic immigration moratorium on the Muslim countries that were known terrorist hotspots.
Yeah.
But again, honestly, I don't see a problem with him just saying Muslim ban in general, because again, this is the culture we're importing. And again, the left is like, once they get here, they're going to love hot dogs and they're going to have jobs and they're going to the recent terrorist attacks are living proof that it's not that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, getting someone a job at McDonald's or working as a shelf stocker in Walmart is not going to change their mentality. If the American dream is dead for Americans, it's definitely dead for immigrants.
Yes.
And we're just like, keep importing them.
Yeah.
Keep importing them. It's going to be great. There's going to be there is no such thing as a transition period.
Mm-hmm. Now, this one's good. You sent me this. This is pretty funny.
What is this place?
New York, now Mandani's there.
What is this place?
So ridiculous. That's funny. I like it. Oh, my goodness. Then, of course, we'll just do this one real quick. But, yeah, this guy breaks down. We played our video out with this the other day, but this guy breaks down
exactly
what
what's going to
Islam
happen.
does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect. Let's check this out.
Kicked out of Mecca around 622 AD, and he goes to Medina, which was a Jewish city, and the Jews let him in as a Muslim immigrant. He goes into the minority neighborhoods, begins to get a following. His following grows. He gets involved in politics, and he insists that the Jews make a treaty with him. Now he's a political leader. And then he allows his followers to rob caravans headed back to Mecca, and he becomes a military leader. And so within 5 years of Muhammad coming into the Jewish city of Medina, there's not a Jew left in the city of Medina. They were chased out, killed, or enslaved. And so it's a three-step process. Come in as an immigrant, go into minority neighborhoods and build a political following and get involved in politics. And then you have random outbreaks of violence that drive out the previous inhabitants of the neighborhood, and they take over neighborhood by neighborhood, city by city, country by country. There's a 1,400-year track record to watch this happening. I put it in a book called What Every American Needs to Know About the Quran, A History of Islam in the United States. So crime going up is their goal. Why? Because if crime goes up in the big city, pro-family people and pro-small business people leave. Well, they're a higher percentage Republican. Who's left in the city? More people on welfare. They're a higher percentage Democrat. And so when crime goes up, the Democrats get a monopoly on city politics. And in election years, whoever wins the big city wins the state. Whoever wins the state gets all the electoral votes. President's elected by electoral votes. So this is their goal. They want to go into the cities and have crime go up so that the Republicans leave. If they win that big city, they win the whole state, and then they can take the country. Muhammad.
Wow. Sounds like exactly what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Said it's sickening. But again, this is what we talk about. Is like Christianity spread through evangelicalism. Like, it was just going through and people preaching. And who did it go to? The sick, the poor, and the downtrodden.
Mm-hmm.
And it rised up into every culture that it went to. It was not spread by the sword.
Mm-hmm.
This goes to show you, is like, that's how you know Islam is of the devil, because what he do? He goes in, he politicizes
Lies.
everything. He
Yep.
lies, he politicizes, and then, like, in order to pay these people off, the barbarians and criminals that he picks up, is like, okay, you can raid these caravans and keep whatever you want as yours, because that's the only way that you can keep mercenaries.
And not only that, you can have 4 wives, and then every and after you marry your 4 wives, guess what? Then you can take as many slaves as you want. There is no cap on slave girls, and you can use the slaves just like your wife. So again, I think that's about all I've got for you today. I mean, if we haven't shown you by now that importing this religion is not good for America, it's not good for anything, I don't know what else to tell you. You're living in a fantasy world where, again, your eyes are lying to you, apparently. It's like, oh, again, they just need jobs, and they just need us to be nice to them, and they'll change their ways.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, how do we have friends who went over to Iraq and Afghanistan where, like, they were the doughy-eyed private that was like, yeah,
we're going to change the world.
We're going to change the world. We're going to help these people. And then it goes, by the end of their deployment, which is what, like 6 months, like 4 to 6 months, they're like, F these people, F their kids, thermonuke this whole place. These people aren't savable. And, like, that is on the ground, grunts. That's the grunts who have to deal with this crap every day.
Yeah.
So they've seen it. Like, that's why I said you got to listen to the men on the ground. Like, the best generals and the best leadership listen to their soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
And again, all we do is just continue to, like, give these people chances. Like, how many chances do you get before we're just like, okay, we're done?
Yep.
We're done.
Again, it's sad, but I mean, this is the state of American culture, and it's the state of, toxic empathy. We can solve the world's problems when we can't even solve our own problems here abroad. So I think that's about all I've got for you today. This is the Twins with Owasso Live. This is the Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. That's all I've got for you today. God bless you.
See you later, everybody.
Today's letter is M. For Mom Donnie. Yay! Mom Donnie is brown, right? Which is better than white. Good. We're decriminalizing prostitution. We're decriminalizing prostitution. If Timmy has 2 houses and DeAndre has none, what should Timmy do?